Hello everybody and welcome back to another random facts video. Without further ado, let's get into this one. This is 5 haunted houses. Number 1. This first haunted house is in the US and is the current home of one of the most controversial men in the world, Donald Trump. It is of course the White House. This historic building has been an icon of the United States since the beginning, but it's said to have a few spirits still lingering, and the ghosts have been seen by many people over the years. People of high rank as well have seen the ghosts, like Grace Coolidge, the First Lady, and Queen Wilma of the Netherlands. I apologise if I pronounced that wrong, that's just how useless I am. And of course, Britain's very own Winston Churchill. He is said to have seen the president in the Lincoln bedroom, one of the most common places where Lincoln is seen. But good old Churchill saw the president just after he had exited the bath. While still naked, he saw the ghost of the president. He is said to have remarked, "Well, Mr. President, good evening, Mr. President. You seem to have got me at a disadvantage," before continuing on his way. This is one of the most famous stories about Abraham Lincoln and Winston Churchill in the world. But whether it's true, that's for you to decide. Number 2. For this one, we're heading to Kansas. But we're not talking Wizard of Oz. We're talking the Sallie House. This lovely little haunted abode is said to be home to either the spirit of a little girl or a demonic presence pretending to be a little girl. This is one of the most paranormal sites in the US, and it is believed that the ghost has a penchant for hating men. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been or stayed at the Sallie House. Moving on and moving countries, we're heading back to good old Britain for Speakham Hall. Speakham Hall in Liverpool is one of the most haunted places in Britain. In fact, Liverpool is one of the most haunted places in Britain as well. However, it has several ghosts. The first ghost is the Grey Lady. The next ghost is a rather more colourful character, and that is the ghost of the Cavalier. There's even a couple of stories where the Cavalier have interacted with living beings. One time it is said that the Cavalier, while men were working on the building, leaned against a post and even handed one of the workmen some tools. Another story of a young child from Liverpool who every week would travel up to Speakham Hall to see a man he called Mr. Popjoy. The story is that Mr. Popjoy would teach the young boy fencing, until eventually one day Mr. Popjoy admitted that he'd in fact been dead for years. The boy hopped on his bike and never looked back. The next ghost is the ghost or the entity of the Blue Room, or the Blue Room entity. The fact that it's called an entity means we have no idea what it in fact is, but it inhabits the Blue Room. A slightly more newer ghost is also said to be the ghost of a Victorian gardener who wanders around the grounds. And even after all of that, it's still said that odd sounds and footsteps are heard, as well as strange sensations, physical sensations, felt by visitors. Whether Speakham Hall is truly a place that is haunted without question. Whether it is or not, it's up to you. Again, let me know in the comments if you've ever been to Speakham Hall, and if you've had a lesson from Mr. Popjoy. We're staying in the UK for the next one, number 4. 10 Downing Street. This may come as a surprise, but it is another historic home linked with the head of a state. 10 Downing Street is one of the most iconic buildings in Britain, as it is the historic home of the British Prime Minister. However, it's said to have a few spooky happenings behind the scenes. It's said that there is an entity somewhere within the building causing a bit of mischief. Staff have reported smelling cigar or cigarette smoke, as well as phantom footsteps and other strange noises have been heard in the basement. But whether 10 Downing Street is haunted, well, that's more than likely classified. Number 5. The haunted Mr. Chew house. This house is not linked with the other man, as there is multiple people in the US who have been called Chew, and it's spelled like that. C-H-E-W, Chew. But this particular house was created by a man, and the home is based in Cleveland. The building was constructed between the years of 1763 and 1767, and served as the home before the Revolutionary Wars of Benjamin Chew. However, when the Revolutionary Wars began, it ended up being the site of immense bloodshed. It's said that at least 70 British soldiers were killed on the property, and it's said their spirits or the energy of the bloodshed and horror seen during the Revolutionary Wars at the site still manifests itself in sounds and apparitions of battle. Once again, if you've visited any of these homes, please leave a comment telling me if you encountered anything spooky. But consider liking, subscribing, and checking out the 2 links in the description. One link is a complete playlist of all my videos, and the second link is to an amazing charity called Strathcarron. These videos, often about ghosts, have one thing in common: they're inexplicably linked with death, and Strathcarron provides palliative care for those who require it. If you have no idea what palliative care is, it simply means end-of-life care for such things as terminal illnesses. The eBay page is a great way to support the charity, as everything is donated and all the money goes towards helping the hospice run. It's a great way not only to give to charity, but is also gives something back, meaning that people can purchase items in order to help fund charity. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!